Brilliant. Okay, so we're standing on our mats, feet together. So turning toes out, followed by heels. Just looking down at your feet, make sure they're tracking straight and parallel to each other. Soft through the knees, hips facing forward, shoulders round and down, and ears over the shoulders. Placing the hands on the hips, and we're just going to rock that pelvis. So forward, flattening through the lumbar spine, and back and arching. Good. So one more time, rocking that pelvis forward and back, and finding the halfway point between the two, nice neutral spine position. Placing the hands over the rib cage, nice deep breath in through the nose, feel the rib cage expanding, and out through the mouth. One more time. Nice deep breath in through the nose, try not to breathe into those shoulders, and out through the mouth. So while we continue with this deep lateral breathing, I want you to imagine that belt around your waist, drawing the sides towards each other and pulling that belly button back towards the spine. At the same time, feel those pelvic floor muscles like a lift coming up. 1, 2, and 3. So tightness through the whole abdominal core region, but you can keep with that deep lateral breathing. So relaxing the arms down by your side, and we're going to start with those forward shoulder rolls. Just nice big rolls, taking those shoulders through their full range of movement. Releasing any tightness. We're going to go one more forward, and then we're reversing up to the ears, over the mountain, and down the other side. Squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back. And again, we're going to go one more time, relaxing those shoulders down your back, arms hanging by your side. We're going to float the arms out to the side, reaching them up towards the ceiling, but drawing those shoulders down away from your ears. On the out breath, push the air away as we bring the arms back down. In breath, floating those arms up to the side, locking those shoulders down your back. Hold it here, palms facing away from you. We're dropping the elbows down to shoulder height in a W, and then we're squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back. So in breath, hands to the ceiling, we're going to do the same movement, but as we drop the elbows down, I want you to turn and look over the right shoulder and squeeze those shoulder blades together. In breath to center, hands to the ceiling. And on the out breath, drop the elbows down, turn and look over the left shoulder and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Good, one more time to each side. In breath, arm to the ceiling. On the out breath, slide those elbows down. Look over the right shoulder. And our hands to the ceiling. As you drop those elbows down, turn and look over the left shoulder. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. We're going to center the head, take the arms up to the ceiling. We're going to push the air away in front of us, and then very gently we're going to sweep the arms back, don't force it, and all the way back up to the ceiling again. Good. So in breath, push the air away in front of you, and as you breathe out, we're going to sweep the arms back and up to the ceiling. We're reversing now, so bringing the arms back, sweep them round, and back up to the ceiling. One more time, sweep those arms back, round, and back up to the ceiling again. Good. We're going to take the hands behind you now, interlock those fingers, turn them inside out, roll those shoulders back, trying to get the shoulder blades to touch, and then we're going to lift the hands up away from the glutes. Good, so we're really opening up through that chest, really squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back. Nice deep breath in and out, and then we're going to relax the hands down, but keep them interlocked. We're going to drop left ear over left shoulder, dropping that right shoulder down your back, and then take the chin to the chest, rubbing that chin along the chest, feeling that stretch through the back of the neck, ending up right ear over right shoulder. And then chin to chest, rubbing that chin along the chest, keeping those shoulder blades squeezing together behind you, ending up with left ear over left shoulder, and coming back up to the center again. Unlock the fingers and roll those shoulders back. Good. So we're going to roll down now, keeping the knees soft. We're just going to come to the knees. So when you're ready, deep breath in, draw the belly button to spine. On the out breath, we're going to go chin to chest. We're rounding through the back, flex, flex, flex. Hands on the knees, and then we're going to lengthen through the crown of the head and gently take the eyes to the ceiling. So just coming down to the knees, and then chin to chest, flexing up through the back and coming up to standing, and roll those shoulders back. Good. One more time. In breath, belly button to spine, chin to chest. We're rounding down, flexing through the back, hands to the knees. Lengthen the crown of the head away from you, and then very gently feeding into that back extension, and then chin to chest, rounding back up and stacking that spine. We're going to do a full roll down now. Now, if it feels too much to come down to your toes, just use the chair, come to the chair. So keeping the knees soft, belly button to spine. On the out breath, we're going to go chin to chest, and then we're slowly peeling that vertebra off the imaginary wall behind you. Arms hanging, head hanging. Let the crown of the head weight you down towards the floor. We're going to either hook the fingers under the toes or place the palms flat on the floor or place them onto the chair. And we're going to straighten through that left knee for 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften. Straighten through the right knee for 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften. Straighten through both knees, head hanging, drawing those shoulders down your back. And deep breath in and out. We're going to soften through the knees, scoop the belly button to spine. We're rounding back up, stacking that spine, coming up to standing, and roll those shoulders back. Good. So into the side stretch here. So keeping those knees nice and soft. We're going to have left hand down and right arm up to the ceiling. Lengthening up through the waist, we're going to go over into that left side bend. Good, and center back up again. Good, changing arms. So left arm up, right arm down. Again, lengthening through the waist and over into the right side bend. Good, and center back up again. So I'm just going to show you the next one. So we're going to go over into the side bend. Then we're going to reach forward, so hinging from the hips, nice and long through the back. Sweep the floor, keep the legs straight if you can, otherwise bend the knees round and back up to the ceiling. Okay, so I'll talk you through it. Knees soft to start, over into the side bend to the left. Then hinge from the hips and reach the right hand to the left hand corner of the room. Sweep the floor round and back up. Good. Over into the side bend. Hinging forward, reach to the corner of the room. Sweep the floor round and up. Good. One last time. Side bend. Hinge forward, reach to the corner, sweep the floor, round and back up to the ceiling again. We're changing arms, so left arm up, right arm down, keeping those knees soft. So over into the right side bend, then reach forward to the right hand side of the room, bend down, sweep the floor, round and up. Over to the side bend. Hinge forward, reach to the side of the room, sweep the floor, round and up. Good, last time, side bend, hinge forward, sweep that floor, round, back up to the ceiling, and relax that arm down and give those shoulders a roll. Good. So we're coming into our squats now. The first squat we're going to be doing is, imagine you're coming down to sit on a chair behind you. So you're taking the glutes back, but staying nice and broad through the chest, and then we're going to pull up through the front of the thighs, back up to standing. So we want those feet a little wider than hip width apart, and the feet are tracking forward. So when you're ready, on the out breath, we're going to take the weight back into the squat, and then reach and pull back up, sweep the arms back. Good. So squatting down and pulling back up. Good. For 5. If the knees are uncomfortable, don't come too low. If you're not feeling it through those fronts of the quads, drop a little bit lower. Good. 3 more. Squatting and pull up and sweep the arms back. 2 more. Squat and pull back up. Last one of this one. Squat and pull back up. Good. Now we're going to go into the squat again. As we pull up, we're going to come up and over into a left side bend. Good. And squat. Take that weight back. And pull up and right side bend. Good. And squat. And pull up. Really work the front of the thighs. Left side bend. And squat. Pull up and right side bend. We're going to do one more to each side. So we're squatting. Pull up and left side bend. Last one here. Squat. Pull up. And right side bend. Brilliant. Come up to standing. Just shake those legs off. We're going to do one more squat exercise. So this time we're taking those legs again, wider than hip width apart, and we're turning the toes out to the side. This time when we squat, we're going to keep the shoulders over the hips. So don't lean forward, keeping the glutes tucked underneath us. We're going to squat down and we're taking the knees out to the side and then squeezing and lifting back up. So we're squatting, we're going to sweep the arms in front of us, and then as we pull up, arms to the ceiling. Good. And squat, knees to the side, and pull back up. So try and keep those shoulders over the hips, and pull back up. Good. 3 more. Try and get a little deeper if you can, and pull back up. For 2, and pull back up. Last one of this one, squatting, and pull back up. For the next one now, we're going to go back into that squat. We're going to keep the right knee bent and straighten the left and into the side bend. So squat, keep the left knee bent, straighten the right into the side bend. If the knees again are an issue, just come straight up and do the side bend. Good. Okay, so we're squatting. Keep the left knee bent, straighten the right. Good. 2 more to each side. Keep the right knee bent, straighten the left. Squat. Keep the left knee bent. 1 more to each side. You're all doing great. Squat. Keep the right knee bent. Last one here. Bend that left knee, straighten the right, come up to standing. Good job, everyone. And shaking those legs off, brilliant. Okay, so we're going to have the chair next to us. If we have it on our right hand side, we're We'll probably be using the back of the chair, so just have the back of the chair toward you. You may not need it. Hands on the hips. So we're working the left leg here, although you'll probably feel it on that right side a bit. So we're pointing the left toe forward. Try not to hitch that hip up. Keep that hip nice and long. And we're lifting the toe up and lower. Good. So up and lower for 4 and lower. Good. Really pulling up through the front of that quadricep and lower for 3 and lower, 2 and last one here. Take it back down, pointing the toe out to the side, and we're taking it up and lower for 5 and lower. Keep this opposite leg strong, feet nice and broad on the floor for 2 and lower, and last one out to the side and lower. We're taking the leg back. Bend that front knee slightly and just ever so slightly tip forward, and we're taking that leg, back up to the ceiling and lower for 5 and lower, 4 and lower, 3 and lower, 2 more and lower. Ready, reach that foot back and come up to standing. We're going to just circle those hips because it's probably quite tight through there. Come back up again, have your chair there to support you. We're back onto that left leg, so pointing that left leg. We're going to lift it up, take it out to the side and back, brush it through. So take it up in front, out to the side, sweep it back and brush it through. Good, 2 more, up, out to the side, bring it back and through. Last one, reach up in front to the side, reach it back, come back up to standing, and again, circle those hips. Good job, everyone. Take the chair onto the other side. So we're going to be working that right leg now, although as I say, you'll probably feel the burning on that left more. So pointing through that right toe, we're going to lift that up and lower. Try not to hitch that hip up. Keep that hip nice and low and long for 3 and lower for 4 and lower. 2 more. Lift and lower. Last one. Lift and lower. We're taking it out to the side. Try not to lean over. And we're taking it up and lower for 5 and lower, 4 and lower, 3. If you start to feel it in your knee on this left leg, just bend it slightly for 2. Last one here. And we're going to take that leg back behind you now. Bend that knee and we're sweeping the leg back for 6 and 5 for 4. Good. So bend the supporting knee, lean forward slightly for 2. And last one here. Good. Bring the leg back down, just circle those hips a bit. And then we're going back to standing on that left leg, pointing the right toe in front. So we're going to lift the leg up, take it out to the side, take it to the back, and bring it on through. Up, out to the side, back, and bring it on through. 2 more. Up, out to the side, back, and sweep it on through. Last one. Up, out to the side, and bring it back to the floor, standing on both feet and just circling those hips, nice big circles. Take the pelvis through its full range of movement in both directions. Good job, everyone. Okay, so we're now going to be have the chair side on there. We're going to place the hands onto the chair and then ever so slightly bend the knees. Now we don't want to be too cooped up here, sort of rounding. So you might find you want to just take your feet back slightly. They're hip width apart, and we're going to bend those knees a little bit and scooping. So we want to be nice and flat through that back if possible. Keeping the belly button scooped to the spine. We're going into the cat stretch. So on the in-breath, we're rounding up to the ceiling. And on the out-breath, we're going to lengthen tail and crown. Good. So this time now, on the in-breath, as we round up, we're going to roll up onto our toes. And as we breathe out and lengthen, we're going to bring the toes up and come back onto our heels into the back extension. So onto the toes for flexion and back onto the heels for the extension. Good. One more time. Up on the toes for rounding through the back. Back onto the heels here for the extension through the back. Brilliant. We're going to soften through the knees now. We're going to drop the hips over to the right and look over the left shoulder at the mat behind you. Center back up again. And we're going to take the hips over to the left. Look over the right shoulder at the mat behind you. So we should be feeling it through the top of the pelvis there, or the hips, depending which side you're going. Hips to the right. If you're not feeling it, push those hips over a little bit more. And look at the mat behind you. And center last time, hips to the left. Look at the mat behind you over the right shoulder. And coming back to the center again. We're going to take a nice step back with that left leg. Bend that right knee. And we're going to push the heel to the floor of that left leg. Should be feeling it through the calf here. If not, take that leg a little bit further back. Bend that right knee and push back through the hands. Keep the shoulders down your back. Keep the back of the neck and head in line with the spine, and just breathing through that nice stretch through your calf there. For 5, 4, I hope no one's got too skiddy a floor, or the chair's probably sliding away from you here. 3, 2, 1, stay in that position now. We're going to bend the back knee. We're going to straighten the front. You might want to come a little bit closer to your chair. The back knee's bent, the front leg is straight, lift the toes up, and we're going to drop the head down over the right knee. And what we should be feeling here is the hamstring, the back of that right leg. Good. Deep breath in and out. Good, and coming back up to standing, so we're going to change legs here. So we're going to bring that right leg back. Bending that left knee, heel to the floor. Good, and again, if you're not feeling it, just take that leg back a little bit more, heel towards the floor. Good, and just pushing that through the weight, through the hands, draw the shoulders down the back, breathing through that stretch, through that calf. Deep breath in and out. Good. And so we could just bring that right foot in slightly, bend that right knee, and we're going to straighten through that left leg. Bring the toes up off the mat and drop down over that left knee. So we want that left leg straight, bend the right knee, and just drop the head down over that knee and feel that stretch through the hamstring there. Good. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll just come back up to standing and just shake those legs off, move those hips a little bit. Good job, everyone. So we're coming back to the chairs again, back in that all four position. So slight bend in the knees, keep the shoulders over the wrists, and we're going to point that left toe and reach that left leg back and up to the ceiling. Good. And lower it to the floor. This time, as we lift that left leg up, we're going to sweep that right arm straight out. Good. And lower. Good. So the right hand is coming straight out, palm towards the center of you. And lower. Good. 2 more times. Reaching forward and back. Try and touch the wall behind you. And lower. Last one here. Reaching forward and back. And lower. We're going to bring the right hand down. Keep the left toe pointing back. We're going to lift that left leg up. Bend the knee. Flex the foot. And we're going to pulse that foot up to the ceiling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and draw that left leg in. Good. Let's just drop our heads down towards our knees. Just stretch that out a little bit. Good. I'm just going to change round so you can see me a bit better. So we're working with the right leg now. So pointing that right toe back, we're going to reach that leg back, keep that belly button scooped to the spine and lower. Good. Reach that right leg back, and this time we're going to reach forward with the left hand and lower. Good. So we're reaching forward and back and lower. Good. 3 more. Forward and back and lower. 2 more and lower. Last one here, reaching forward and back and lower the hand. We can lower the toe, but we're still staying with the right leg. We're going to lift that right leg up, bend the knee, flex the foot, and we're pulsing it to the ceiling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one up, lower it back down, drop the head down to the floor again. We can just drop the hips a little bit from side to side, coming back up to standing. Good job, everyone. And we're coming to sitting on these lovely chairs we got. Good. Okay. Just going to bring my camera down a fraction. Good. So we're going to have the legs out nice and wide here, and the toes are out to the side there, crown of the head up towards the ceiling. We're going to start with our arms, so we're going to take the arms out to the side, palm to the ceiling here. So keeping the crown of the head reaching tall, we're going to rotate the hands back to the back of the room, and then I want you to squeeze those shoulder blades together behind you. Good. So in breath, palm to the ceiling. On the out breath, rotate back and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Good. In breath, palm to the ceiling. Out breath, rotate and squeeze. We're speeding it up now. In breath, palm to the ceiling. Rotate and squeeze. 4 more. In breath, palm to the ceiling. Out breath, rotate and squeeze. 3 more. And squeeze those shoulder blades together for 2. And squeeze. Last one here. Palm to the ceiling. Rotate. Hold their arms back here. Pretend you're trying to clap those hands together, and we're pulsing for 10, 9, 8, try not to tip forward with the upper bodies. 5, 4, shoulders down your back. 3, 2, 1. Take the arms to the side, palms facing away. If it gets too much, just place your hands onto your shoulders. We're circling forward for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Reach those palms away from you. 2, 1, and we're reversing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax and give those arms a good shake off there. Well done, everyone. Brilliant. Okay, so from there now, keeping those knees out to the side, placing the hands onto the inside knee, we're going to push those knees back. As we do that, we're going to squeeze those glutes behind you, so really firing up those glutes. And relax. Good. So open those knees out, squeeze the glute and relax for 8 and relax. So we should be feeling it. If you're not feeling it in the glutes, I want you to consciously, as you open those knees, feel those glutes firing for 6 and relax. 5, keep the crown of the head to the ceiling and relax for 4. And relax for 3, and relax, 2 more, and relax, last one here, squeezing those glutes, relax it back down. We're taking the arms out to the side. I'll just show you the first one. So we're dropping the left hand down to the outside of that left foot. We can follow the hand with the head. Back up to the center, and then we're rotating round to the right and center, and we're going to stay with that one, and then we'll change sides. So when you're ready, arms to the side, keep those shoulders relaxed. We're going to bring the left hand to the outside of the left foot, follow the hand with the head on the right, back up, and then rotate to the right. Good, and center, so left hand down, right hand up, come back up to the center and pull that right arm back and center. Good, left hand down, right arm up, center and rotate. Good, one more time, left hand down, right arm up, center and rotate. Good, relax those arms down, give them a roll, and we're going to go on to the other side now. So bringing those arms out to the side. So we're going to drop down to the right this time, back up and rotate to the left and center. Good, right hand down, back up and rotate to the left. Good, 3 more, right hand down, look at that left hand if you can, up and rotate to the left. 2 more, right hand down, look at that left hand, back up and rotate to the left. Last one here, right hand down, look at that top hand, back up and rotation to the left and relax. Give those arms a shake off. Good. All okay? Feeling it in your shoulders a bit. Give them a bit of a roll there. Good job. Okay, we're going to do one more with the arms, but really it's these oblique muscles that we're focusing on working here. So we're going to have the hands behind the head, crown of the head up to the ceiling. We're going to take the left arm all the way over to the left floor, if possible, and then squeeze this right side muscle to pull you back up, okay? So sweep the hand down. Now, obviously, if it's too far to reach the floor, don't force it to the floor. Good. And we're sweeping down and pull that side muscle to draw you back up. Three more. Sweep the hand down. Pull back up through this right side. for 2, and pull back up. Good, last one, reaching down and pull back up. There's no excuse now not to pick something up off the floor. And we're going right side now. So reach that right hand down and pull that left side back up. Good. Reach that right hand down and squeeze back up. Good, 3 more. Right hand down and squeeze back up for 2 and squeeze. Last one here and squeezing back up. We're just going to do a few more, but we're going to alternate now from one side to the other. So we're going to start over to the left, squeeze up and change sides. And up. Good. We're going to do 3 more to each side. And up. And 3. If it's starting to feel too uncomfortable for you, just don't drop too low. 2 more to each side. Good. You'll be glad to know last one's here. And up. Last one over to the right and back up. Good job, everyone. Rolling those shoulders. Let's just bring those feet in a little bit. We'll just drop down. We can hook the hands around the back of the feet. Just let your head hang down. Let's have a nice few breaths there. Let the head hang and those shoulders relax. Good, and we're rounding back up and stacking that spine. Good. So we're sitting towards the front of the chair. So your thigh, about half of your thigh is sitting on that chair, crown of the head up to the ceiling. Now we're going to lean back. So we're not drawing ourselves, we're not sitting further back. We want to be sitting forward, but lean back, and as we lean back, we're going to scoop that belly button to spine there. Now that's really important because we don't want to be popping that rib cage out. So we want to be scooping that in. We want to be trying to get that lumbar spine into the chair, but obviously we probably won't get there. And then we can hold on to the bottom of the chair. So keeping that belly button scooped, we're going to lift the left leg straight up in front of us. Check that back isn't pulling away from the chair, and lower. Right leg up and lower. Good. We're going to lift that right leg back up. Lift the left leg up. Now check that back isn't pulling up. Draw it back into the chair. Lower the right leg and lower the left leg. Good. We're lifting the left leg up and then keep the back into the chair. We're lifting the right. Hold it here and we're kicking. Good. For 10, 9, 8. Really drawing that belly button in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. We're opening the legs out to the side and cross in front. And changing the cross, open and cross, open and cross. Good. 3 more. Open and cross. 2 more. And open and cross. Last ones. And open and cross. Lower the legs back down. We can again just open those knees, hang forward. Good. And just loosen off that back. Deep breath in and out. Good. So we're going to round and stack the spine now. We're going to place the left ankle now onto the right knee. If that's not a comfortable position for you, you can lengthen the right leg away and then place that left ankle just below the knee if that's more comfortable for you. But if you're able to get it onto your knee, that's great. So holding on to the knee and the ankle, crown of the head up to the ceiling, and we're going to hinge forward here now, taking the weight down. Feeling it, hopefully, through that left side. Good, so you're taking the weight, drop the weight down over that leg. Nice deep breath in and out, and then crown of the head up to the ceiling. One more time, we're going to drop the weight down over that leg. Good, and stacking back up to the ceiling again. We're going to take that left hand behind you onto the chair and just rotate round to the left there. And then we're going to change hands. So we're going to take the right arm over onto the back of the chair and just rotate round to the right. Good. And center. We're changing legs now, so we're going to have the right ankle up onto the left knee, holding onto the ankle and the knee, crown of the head to the ceiling, and we're hinging forward, so taking the weight over. Don't force it, it's quite strong. Just want to be feeling a nice pull through that right glute piriformis, and center back up again. Good. So one more time, drop the weight forward. Good. Breathe through that and center back up again. Good. We're going to take the left hand over the back of the chair. You could place a little bit of weight through that right knee if you can take it. If not, don't worry. Just rotate to the left and center, and then we're going to take the right arm behind the chair and center back up. Good, and we can take that leg back down. So we are now going to sit on the edges of our chair, so don't fall off, please. We want to be as much towards the edge as possible. Bring that left hand or that back hand over the back of the chair. We're going to drop this outside leg off, and we're going to slide that leg back as far as you can slide it back. And then we see if you can creep a little bit more towards the edge of the chair. So I don't know if that I'm in the best, so I'll show you from this side. So we're pulling that left leg back, top of the foot on the floor, and you want to be driving that right hip down towards the left heel. So we should be feeling a nice stretch here through this hip flexor on this right side. If you're feeling it in your back, just tuck that tailbone underneath you a little bit. So really try and get that tailbone tucked if you're feeling it in your lower back. And then we're going to reach that outside arm up to the ceiling and over to the back of the chair. Good. And bring it out to the side, and one more time. So drive that right hip down towards the left heel, reaching it over. Good. And bring that arm back down. Bring those legs together. We're going to swing round to the other side now. Whoever thought that chair Pilates would be such hard work, huh? Good. So crown of the head up to the ceiling. Hold the back of the chair. We're going to slide that outside leg off and back. The nice thing with this stretch is if people have knee issues, this is a really nice way of doing this stretch, because otherwise all the other ones really involve taking a lot of pressure through that knee. And we're going to drive that left hip down towards that right side. And then we're going to take the top arm up to the ceiling and then reach that left arm over to the back of the chair and bring it out to the side. And one more time, reach it over the back of the chair and bring it out to the side, and we're going to bring that knee back in, swivel around, and again, just because it's quite hard on the backs, we're going to drop, hang that head down, sit right back on that chair, and just hang that head down, and just stretch out through your back there. Good. And we can just rock from side to side a little bit. And coming back up. So you'll be pleased to know we're going to come down to the floor. We're going to come to lying on your right side. So we're going to move the chairs out the way. And we're going to come down to lying on your right side, but on the elbow. So elbow underneath the shoulder. Knees and feet are stacked. Lifting that waist up away from the mat there. Good, and we're going to take that top arm up to the ceiling. So on the in-breath, we're going to push that top hip forward. We're following the hand with the head, opening the chest to the ceiling. On the out-breath, we bring that arm round, palm down, feeding through the gap, and then creeping those fingers away. Good. So in breath, arm to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. On the out breath, bring the arm round, palm down, feeding through the gap and creeping those fingers away. Good. Last one here. In breath, arm to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward, follow the hand with the head. On the out breath, bring the arm round, palm down, feed through the gap. We're creeping those fingers away, feeling that lovely rotational stretch. Take that top arm up to the ceiling and relax it down onto your thigh. So we're going to slide the elbow away. Relax your head into your hand there. Catch hold of that left ankle, take the heel to the glutes, and then we're going to slide that knee back till we feel a nice stretch through the front of the thigh there. Just watch your lower back. If it's pinching, just tuck that tailbone underneath you. And we're holding that stretch for a nice deep breath in and out. Good. One more deep breath in. And as you breathe out, see if you can slide it a little further back. Good. And relax and just give that leg a bit of a shake off. So we're going to come onto our left side now. So up onto the elbow to start. Knees are bent. Knees and feet are stacked, lifting that waist up away from the mat. And we're going to take that top arm up to the ceiling. So just double check that elbow's underneath that shoulder. Because if it's out, it puts a lot of pressure through that shoulder joint. So on the in-breath, we're pushing that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. On the out-breath, we're bringing the arm round, palm down, feeding through the gap and creeping those fingers away. Good. In-breath, arm to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. On the out-breath, bring the arm round, palm down, and feed it through that gap. Good, last one here. In breath, arm to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. On the out breath, we're bringing that arm round, palm down, feeding through the gap, creeping those fingers away from you, holding that stretch. And then take the top arm back up to the ceiling again. Relax it onto your thigh. We're sliding that elbow away. Cup the head in your hand. Catch hold of that right ankle. Heels to the glutes. And then we're going to slide that knee back until you feel that nice stretch through the front of the thigh there. Good, just keep that pressure on a little bit. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, see if you can slide it back a little further. Good, deep breath in. As you breathe out one more time, slide it back a little bit more. Good, and then relax that leg off and give it a bit of a tap. And we're just going to roll now onto our backs. So come to lying on your backs. Knees and feet are hip width apart, heels about 1.5 width away from the glutes. Arms relaxed and down by your side. So we're coming up into the shoulder bridge position. So when you're ready, deep breath in, draw the belly button to spine. As we breathe out, we're going to curl that pelvis up off the mat, peeling the vertebra one at a time, pushing forward through the front of the thighs, squeezing those glutes, coming up into the shoulder bridge position. Hips lifted as high as you can, but keep that rib cage down. Check there's no tension through the neck and shoulders, and then we're going to come back down one vertebra at a time, keeping that pelvis curled up until the end. Good. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're curling that pelvis up off the mat, peeling the vertebra one at a time. So we come up into that shoulder bridge position, hips lifted, rib cage down. This time we're going to float the left leg up into tabletop. Try not to let that right side drop down. Lower that left foot down, and we're going to float that right leg now up into tabletop. Lower the right foot down, and we're going to come back down now, one vertebra at a time, keeping that pelvis curled up until the end. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're curling that pelvis up off the mat, peeling the vertebra one at a time. As we come up into that shoulder bridge position, again, lift those hips up, rib cage down. We're going to work with our glute squeezers here. So we're going to drop those hips 5 centimeters and squeeze and lift them back up. For 9, and lift. 8, and lift. 7, check there's no tension through the neck and shoulders. For 5, and lift. 4, and lift. 3, and lift. 2, and lift back up. Last one, squeeze and lift. And we're coming back down one vertebra at a time. Keep the pelvis curled up until the end. Keep the feet on the floor. Keep the hip width apart. We're taking the arms out to the side. And we're going to take both knees over to the right. So you'll be coming onto the sides of your feet. Try not stack the feet for the first view. Head goes to the left. And then we're just going to drop those knees from one side to the other, changing the head position, so the head going in the opposite direction, nice and fluid. Just using your breath, loosening that back off. Good, we're going to go one more time to each side. And then over to the left. Good. So centering those knees, we're going to close the knees and feet together now. We're going to take both knees over to the right, keep the feet stacked this time, head goes to the left, and then we're going to lengthen that left leg over the right knee, taking the toe towards the floor. Good, and just feeling that nice stretch through the back, through the glutes there. Good. And then we're going to stack knees and ankles. Take your lumbar spine to the mat as you center back up. So we're going to take both knees over to the left. The head goes to the right. And then we're going to lengthen that right leg over the left knee, toe towards the floor. And again, just breathing through that stretch. Stacking the knees and ankles again, and then take that lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up again. Good. So locking that lumbar spine down into the mat here, we're just going to do a little bit more core work here. So we're going to float the left and then the right leg up into tabletop, locking that back down. The feet are in flexion, arms up towards the ceiling. So we're going to lower the left leg and the left arm come to the floor and the right arm comes up above the head. Good. And center. So really what we're focusing on is that lower back is staying locked down into the mat there. Don't let that lower back lift up. If you feel you can work a little harder, just take that leg a little bit longer. Good. And center. And we're going for 3. And 3. For 2. And 2. Good. Last ones to each side. 1. And 1. Good. Hug those knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Loosen that back off. Good job. And then we're going to take the feet back down to the mat. We're going to lengthen the left leg away from you, pointing through that left toe. We're going to take that left leg straight up to the ceiling, come up from the breastbone, take hold of that calf and draw that leg towards your nose. So we're drawing the leg to the nose, not pulling the nose to the knee. Keep hold of the leg and we're going to lower the head back down to the mat, keeping that stretch. And we're going to start with those ankle circles now, nice and slow. We're going to go 4 times in the one direction. And then we're changing directions. And we're going 4 times in the other for 3 and 4. Good. We're pointing through the toe. Flex the foot and reach that heel up to the ceiling. Point and flex, reaching that heel up. Last one now, point and flex, reach that heel to the ceiling. We're hugging that left knee into your chest, lengthen the right leg away, flex through that right foot and really pulling that left knee in. Good, just breathing through that. So we're going to take the left foot to the floor, keep that left knee bent here. Point through the right toe, take that right leg up to the ceiling, come up from the breastbone, take hold of that calf and draw the leg towards your nose. Good, keep the shoulders down your back. Keep hold of that leg and then we're going to lower the head to the floor. And we're going to start with those ankle circles now, nice and slow. For 3 and 2. And 1, and we're changing directions for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and then we're pointing through the toe. Flex and reach that heel up to the ceiling. Point through the toe. Flex, reach the heel to the ceiling. Last one here. Point through the toe. Flex, reach that heel to the ceiling. We're hugging that right knee into your chest. Lengthen that left leg away. Keep flexion through that left heel, pushing it away from you and hugging that knee in. Good, and then we're going to take the feet to the floor, so bending both knees, and we're going to roll onto our sides now. We're going to come up onto those knees. So if possible, we'll sit back on the heels. If that's not comfortable, stay lifted and walk forward. I'll just show you quickly, we have done this movement before. We're going to go from child pose, rounding up, flexing through the back, and then drive the hips forward, shoulders down the back into the back extension, and then we're rounding back up again through the back and come back to sit on the heels. Okay, so we'll start off in child pose, but as I say, if you can't sit on your heels, just stay lifted and walk the hands in front. And then we're rounding up through the back, through those hips, and then drive the hips forward, draw the shoulders down the back into that back extension. rounding back up through those hips again, through the spine and into that child pose. Good. Such a lovely move to just finish off. Again, rounding up through those hips, through the spine, into the back extension, shoulders down the back. And then rounding back up again, flexing through the spine and come back to sitting on the heels. Just stay on your heels there, rock from side to side. And we're going to come up onto all fours now. Tuck your toes underneath you and we're pushing up into down dog. Take the heels to the floor. Head through to the knees. If the heels won't reach the floor, bend one knee and take the other heel to the floor. Deep breath in and out. We're going to soften through the knees. Walk the hands back towards your feet and then we're rounding back up, stacking that spine, coming up to standing. Good job, everyone. Excellent work. Let me just stop recording.